Hello and welcome back to Conspiracy Corner, where we cover all things dark and mysterious. I'm your co-host Nathan Potts, and in today's episode we'll be discussing the mysterious circumstances surrounding Princess Diana's death, or possible murder. Quick thanks to NordVPN for sponsoring today's episode. Stay tuned until the end to learn more. As always, I'll be arguing the merits of the conspiracy that her death was more malicious than let on, while my co-host Mitch Allen will be arguing against the idea of a predetermined sequence of events. But for now, we'll be trying to uncover the truth about this unsolved mystery. Was it all coincidence, or was her death planned by those closest to her? Was she merely someone caught in the crossfire of deep-rooted political tensions within the royal family? Princess Diana was a beloved member of the royal family. The princess was known by the public for her charismatic and down-to-earth attitudes, from her clothing to her charity work. Diana was anything but conventional for the royal family, and she was loved for it. However, her reputation within the royal family was considerably less positive, from a turbulent marriage with Prince Charles that ended in divorce and her unorthodox presentation. For example, her clothing choices and hands-on approach with charity. She was seemingly different from the status quo. Moreover, after Princess Diana's divorce with Prince Charles, she became pregnant with Mohammed Al Fayed's child, an Egyptian Muslim. According to Mohammed Al Fayed, this was the reasoning behind the killing, and that the royal family could not accept that an Egyptian Muslim could eventually be the stepfather of the future King of England. Alongside a clear motive for the assassination of Princess Diana, there is also evidence of foul play. For example, some believe that after the crash, Diana's medical care was deliberately sabotaged, as she was not taken to the nearest hospital, and instead the doctors helped her at the accident. Therefore, some blame the doctors for not treating her the correct way and inhibited her from recovering. Finally, when Princess Diana was alive, she believed her bodyguard, who she had an affair with, was murdered by the establishment. After the relationship came to light and he was dismissed, Princess Diana herself stated on tape that then he was killed. I think he was bumped off, showing that the establishment is capable of assassination. Furthermore, there is a very popular interview with Princess Diana that supports the argument we will show you shortly. As you will see in the VT, it is evident that Princess Diana is aware of the situation and her family's disapproving response to her and how she works. In the clip, she speaks very slowly in answering each question. This could signify that she wants the presenter and the audience to fully understand and take in what she is saying, almost like a cry for help, as if she knew something bad was going to happen to her. Although this sounds like a reach, we know Princess Diana understood how the media worked and would use the media to her advantage, as she would simply wear the same clothes to the gym. This was so that the press could not get any new photos of her due to them looking similar to the previous day. Princess Diana knew no one would buy a product with images that looked old, even though they were from a different day. Princess Diana did this on purpose to stop the press from prying into her private life. Pay attention to these details as we now watch the interview.
Do you think you'll ever be Queen?
No, I don't. No.
Why do you think that?
I'd like to be a queen of people's hearts, in people's hearts. But I don't see myself being queen of this country. I don't think many people would want me to be queen. Actually, when I say many people, I mean the establishment that I'm married into, because they've decided that I'm a non-starter.
Why do you think they've decided that?
Because I do things differently, because I don't go by a rule book, because I lead from the heart, not the head. And albeit that's got me into trouble in my work, I understand that. But someone's got to go out there and love people and show it.
And do you think that because of the way you behave, that's precluded you effectively from becoming Queen?
Yes, well, not precluded me, I wouldn't say that. I just don't think I have as many supporters in that environment than I did. Yeah.
You mean within the royal household?
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we get back into the theory itself, I'd like to take a quick moment to thank the sponsor of today's episode, NordVPN. Nord allows you to browse the internet without any potential for your private information to be accessed. Since you can never really trust what's out there on the internet these days, or who may be trying to compromise your digital security, Nord is essential for anyone who cares about protecting their data. They use military-grade encryption in order to keep your data safe and secure, as it should be. And if any of this sounds like it applies to you, be sure to click the link in the description and that'll take you to Nord's website. Use the discount code CORNER20 for 20% off your first purchase. That's code CORNER20 at checkout to get 30% off your first purchase. Once again, thanks to NordVPN for sponsoring. It's brands and companies like this that keep the show sustainable, so we appreciate it. Now, back to what you all came here for, the theory's rebuttal. As you're all aware, the conclusion many make about the death of Princess Diana being malicious is purely a theory, and therefore can never be truly verified, unless one of the members of the royal family were to publicly state this was the case. As a result, the theory lacks true credibility and certainly cannot be stated as fact. However, this is not the only area of speculation which displays holes in the murder narrative. For instance, many theorists claim that the UK government and Secret Service were behind the events in Paris, which is why they have a motive to dismiss or deny that it was intentional. However, the credibility of this claim falls short due to the fact that it's backed by a third-party source. The French magistrates, who would benefit very little from lying about the death of a British princess, ruled that a contributing factor to the car crash was the actions of the driver, named Dodi Faid, who was also killed. The three magistrates stated that his alcohol reading was triple the recommended amount, and it was likely to be driving above the speed limit in an attempt to escape paparazzi. In any other situation involving a crash with an intoxicated driver, it would be immediately apparent that this was the cause. However, due to the high status of Diana, it is understandable why many refuse to accept this, and why such conspiracies have developed. Furthermore, a natural instinct of the human mind is to rationalise or justify events, when we can't accept what has actually happened. Particularly in situations of loss of something valuable to us. As a result, the British public was so fond of Diana, they too were very shocked and upset by the news of her passing, which is potentially why so many feel the need to justify this horrific event by suggesting that it wasn't an accident. So this brings us to the end of today's episode about the mysterious death or possible murder of Princess Diana. We've done our best to present all different perspectives on the case, and as always, we hope that you will come to your own conclusion. Also, I'd like to thank NordVPN once again for sponsoring. Be sure to use CORNER20 at checkout for 20% off your first purchase. But that's it for us today. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like and also subscribe to the channel to stay updated with future weekly uploads. Also, feel free to discuss others in the comments below what you think about the case. Is it plausible that her death was faked in order to resolve deeply rooted political tensions, or was it simply coincidence that the events line up? Be sure to come back to the channel next week where we'll be discussing mysterious circumstances around the moon landing and the Cold War tensions between USA and Russia. But until then, thanks for watching.